welcome to the division video. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to divide using the standard algorithm. This is the second part of another video. It's going to have a larger dividend than the first part. So if this is your first time going through division, go ahead and go back and watch the first part of this video. Like always, let's get started with our standard. Okay, let's go ahead and read together. The standard is standard 4.4F. Let's read together. Number and operations. The student applies mathematical process standards to develop and use strategies and methods for whole number computations and decimal sums and differences in order to solve problems with efficiency and accuracy. The student is expected to F. Use strategies and algorithms, including the standard algorithm, to divide up to a 4-digit dividend by a 1-digit divisor. And in our example, we're going to have a 2-digit dividend. As you can tell, it's the exact same problem from the first part of the video. So I'm going to go ahead and review some of the parts from the first video, and then we will move on. So, the number you are dividing up is the number that you put inside of the division symbol. So our number that we're dividing up here is 97, and that's called our dividend. If you have not already written that down, I need you to pause the video and write down the definition of a dividend. Then remember, a dividend is the number you are dividing up, and that's the 97 in our example. Alright? The number you are dividing by is going to be called your divisor. And again, if you have not already written that, go ahead and pause the video and write down the definition. Alright, and our answer to our division problem will be written up here, and that's going to be called the quotient. The quotient is the answer to a division problem. If you haven't written that, pause the video and write down the definition. Alright, the steps for division, like I said in the first video, I use a little trick to remind myself of the different steps. And I ask myself, does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers rapidly? And that's just a little trick to help me remember all the different steps. We're going to review the steps, and again, if you have not written them down, I need you to pause the video and write these down. The D stands for divide, M is for multiply, S is for subtract, C is for check. And when you're checking, you have to ask yourself a really important question, which is my difference smaller than my divisor? If your difference is the same as your divisor, or your difference is bigger than your divisor, then you're going to have to start over and go back because you made a mistake, and it means that every group could have gotten at least one more inside each group. So, however, if your difference is smaller than your divisor, you can check it off and you can move on to the next step, which is bring down, and then you'll have a new remainder that you're paying attention to. So let's go ahead and get started with our example. Our numbers. We cannot start dividing right off the bat with two numbers because it's going to make stuff a lot more difficult. And I honestly don't know off the top of my head how many 4s it will take to make 97 or almost 97. So what I have to do, or another thing you can do, is just pay attention to one digit of your dividend at a time. So I have 97. I'm only going to focus on one digit. So instead of focusing on the 97, I'm only going to look at the 9. Now I'm going to ask myself, how many 4s will it take to make a 9 or almost 9 without going over? If you know your facts, your multiplication facts, you know that two groups, or it will take 2 4s to make a 9 or almost a 9. That's where I already divided. so I can check off the D in my division. Then I'm going to multiply 2 times 4. 2 times 4 is 8, so I'm going to write that down here. And I already multiplied. Check it off. Next step is to subtract. I'm going to subtract 9 minus 8. And I know 9 minus 8 is 1. And I can check it off because I already subtracted. Then I'm going to check. I'm going to ask myself the very important question, which is my difference smaller than my divisor? And the answer is yes, 1 is smaller than 4. So I can check it off and keep going. Now I can bring down. That means I can finally pay attention to the next digit. I can uncover the 9 and move on. And uncover my 7. Right here. Now I'm going to bring down this 7. I brought it down so I can check it off. And my R is my new remainder. I will have a new remainder of 17. So now instead of paying attention to the 97, I'm going to start ignoring everything on top of the 17. Okay? And I'm going to pay attention to my 17 now. And I'm going to ask myself again. I'm going to start over with my divide. How many groups of 4, or how many 4s will it take to make 17 or almost 17? Again, I know 4 groups will make almost 17. So here's my check. Then I'm going to multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. And I wrote my answer down here. Now I'm going to subtract. 17 minus 16 is 1. I'm going to check. Is my 1 smaller than my 4? Yes. So I can check that off. My difference is smaller than my divisor. Sorry about that, my lights went off. And then I can bring down. So that means I can uncover the next digit. But look at that, I'm done. There are no more digits. So I can't do that. So that means now I have a remainder of 1. So I know 97 divided by 4 is 24 with a remainder of 1. Alright, I hope this video was helpful. I know I went a little fast, but that's the great thing about YouTube. You can just rewind the video and pause where you need to pause to watch again. If you have any questions after you've watched the video again, please write them down and you can ask me the next time you see me. Alright, thank you for watching.